Back with another video, and I'm back in the northwest of Ireland. Today I'm hiking what is probably Ireland's best known mountain, definitely its most recognizable mountain anyways. I'm hiking Benbulben mountain in County Sligo. This is an area made famous by the poet W.B. Yeats. One of his last poems was called Under Benbulben. So there you are. I've hiked this mountain a few times in the past. Usually there's a ferocious wind when you're up on top, or there's low-lying cloud with zero visibility, or just general wind and rain. But you'll see from the clips here, I was absolutely blessed with the conditions on this day. There wasn't a breath of wind to be had, which is a very rare thing. There was no rain, and we even had the sun breaking through the clouds on occasions and creating some really nice light. All in all, just perfect conditions for a hike. Really couldn't have asked for better. As usual, I brought way too much gear with me. I probably had the best part of 15 kgs of extra weight, which was not a nice experience. But I mainly switched between two cameras. My main digital camera, which is a Sony A7RIII, and I also had my full spectrum infrared camera, which is a Sony A7III. And I used two filters. I used my Aerochrome filter, which gives you that Aerochrome look, and I had an 850 NM filter, which gives you a black and white image and turns all green foliage white. And yeah, I just spent the day alternating between the two. One of the hardest things about this hike is just the underfoot conditions. It's quite wet, quite boggy. Your feet get wet pretty quickly on this hike. It's a tabletop mountain, so it's quite a steep ascent to get from bottom to top. It's probably about 50 to 60 degree incline. To be fair, it doesn't last that long. You can probably get from bottom to top in about 30 to 40 minutes. So it's a bit of a slog, but it doesn't last for too long. You can just see the trail up the mountain coming into view here. One of the nice things about this trail is this little stream that runs alongside it. Lots of little waterfalls here. Some nice photographic opportunities. To be honest, I didn't spend too much time in this area. I knew I still had a long distance to go on my hike, and it was getting towards sunset, so I just took a few shots. But it's definitely an area I'd like to come back to at some stage when I have more time, and maybe try and capture a few more images from this area. One of the many slugs I saw on this hike. This must be one of the most slug infested mountains in Ireland. But just getting into the thick of the hike here now. As you can see, it's very steep, very slow going. It's very mucky, very slippy. It's actually a little bit dangerous. There's not a whole lot to stop you. If you do slip, you could find yourself at the bottom of the mountain pretty quickly. But yeah, it's just a matter of grinding it out and getting through it. And as I said, it only lasts for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then you're greeted with this view at the top, back down the valley out towards the Atlantic Ocean. And you just have these stunning 360 views at the top, out over Sligo Bay. Some beautiful light and clouds. Makes it all worthwhile. You can just see the Slieve League cliffs coming into view there, out across the ocean. It's rare that you get the sort of visibility up here where you could see those, so that was a nice surprise. One of the things that can catch you out with Benbulben mountain is once you make it to the top of the mountain, you probably still have a good hour's hike until you make it to the viewpoint right out at the edge of Benbulben Head. It's not exactly flat up on top either. There's a lot of rolling hills. It's very wet, very boggy up here. There's even some areas where big crevices have formed in the land. And there was times I had to get down on my hands and knees to climb into these crevices and back out of them. But all the way you're treated to these stunning views, which kind of keeps you going. This is about an hour before sunset, so it's getting some really beautiful golden light this time. I can just see my viewpoint off in the distance there. But yeah, lots of photographic opportunities up here. Lots of areas to stop and to grab some quick shots. And here it is. I finally reached my destination, right out on the tip of Benbulben Head, and I'm treated to these absolutely spectacular views. this point I was running around like a madman trying to capture the last of the light, and luckily the sun just managed to peek through the clouds out over the Atlantic Ocean, and I was able to grab a few pics of it before it disappeared again behind the clouds. At this point the sun had set, but we were still getting some nice afterburn, so I stuck it out and managed to capture what was probably my two favourite pics from the whole hike. That's everything from the day. Like I said, really blessed with the conditions. It's just a really enjoyable hike. Managed to capture some pics that I liked, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you on a future video. Thanks.